Oh, you can hear me, guys. So anyone, guys, can you please confirm is I'm audible? Right, guys. So guys, right. So guys, yesterday we have been discussed about something called as an like what are the different IDEs that we can install and we can work with the Python. So I told you about the different types of IDEs, guys. So what is the necessity of the IDEs also? We have been got discussed in the last session. We have been seen about that. So to make our working environment, our development environment easy, we are going to be using this, what we are going to be gets calling it as an IDEs. So nowadays, the programming has been became very easy actually, guys. So what is why it has been become easy? So some years before coming to the programming side, some people used to think about that, like who are from the non-IT, who are from not from CSC, they used to find a little bit difficulty. So apart from CSC and apart from IT professionals or the IT related whatever the qualification they have, so the remaining guys is going to be they used to face some difficulty. So once if we want to come into the programming side or when they want to come into the IT side, so they used to think twice before coming them. But nowadays it is not like that. Everybody was able to learn it actually. Even I have seen some lot of civil engineers or also came into this particular IT related sectors actually. Why? Because it is completely due to the IDEs only. So the main advantage of using IDEs, like which is going to be previously I used to see the issues actually. People used to write the Java program in a notepad. It's a, I'm talking about a 20 years back, 20 years back actually, guys. They used to write a Java program in a notepad. So they used to write a notepad. You know what is a notepad? Notepad is only just a text editor. So if there is any mistakes is there, it won't highlight anything at all. It won't highlight anything. You can't debug the program. Nothing can be done. Just save the program and people used to by heart the syntaxes. Nowadays, nobody is by heart in the syntaxes, even myself. So I don't remember all the functionalities and all the things we don't remember. Just I will remember only the name. That's just I know that which is going to be, for example, I'm working with the k nearest neighbors. So I don't remember that particular spelling or the sequence. I don't remember it actually. Only thing is it starts with K. That's it. That is only thing if I remember that is sufficient. Because we know that in IDEs, it is going to be very easy to debug actually. So easy debugging is going to be there actually, guys. It is going to be debugging is going to be gets done. That means identifying the problem. It's not only tells you where is the problem, even what is the solution also it will tell you. There are some IDEs like Eclipse is there. If you want to work with the Java nowadays, there are using something like an Eclipse we are going to be using. So it will tell you that this is a problem in this particular statement. So what is the solution also it will tell you. Even you need not to implement the solution also. They will directly, there's an option is there. So select this option, automatically the process with the code will be automatically changes. So easy debugging, which is going to be, it's not time consuming also. It is going to be very fastly we can, that means program can be written very fastly, we can write it. If you want to write it in a notepad, you have to type everything, we have to type it. Here it is going to be like we have something called as an auto completion. Even we have been seen in the idle, whatever the idle we have been seen. I told you, we can see some kind of an auto completion will be there. Some kind of a tool tips are coming actually. Help is very easy. Auto completion will be there. Everything is going to be very easy. So auto completion, or what we are going to call it as an the IntelliSense, what we are going to call it as. IntelliSense is nothing but which will automatically predict what could be the next coming word, or whenever I type some word, what are the possibilities are there. All these are going to be very easy when you work with the IDs actually. So which ID we have been recommended for the data science, guys? It is going to be, I recommended to work with something called as a Jupyter notebook actually, guys. So there are so many other IDs are also there, which we can say something like which we can use, which is going to be, I told you about, which is going to be PyCharm. And I told you to work with something like which is a Spider. And we are having obviously Jupyter Notebook. And even we are having a Visual Studio Code. All these are available in my system, guys. All of them are available. If I want to work with PyCharm, I work with the PyCharm. If I want to work with Spider, I work with the Spider. Visual Studio Code, Jupyter Notebook. All these are the different IDEs are there. But I recommended to work with the Jupyter Notebook. But how to install the Jupyter Notebook? Don't install it actually, guys. Use a Python distribution. use a Python distribution, we have to use it actually, guys. So I told you about what is a distribution actually. What they will do is whatever the source code they have been got, they have the source code from the Python. They will add some kind of features, some add a lot of features that are going to be adds it, and there are going to be releases as their own distribution. That is what they call it as a distribution, what they call it as. So there is an Anaconda distribution is going to be there, which is going to be, this is an Anaconda distribution actually, guys. That is what we call it as Anaconda Python. We are having Intel Python is there, which is going to be one of the, which is going to be the Intel distribution. Like that, even now, even yesterday also, I have seen some blog related to that. So they released some, which is going to be some kind of a new distribution has been came actually. So we are going to be using the Anaconda distribution actually, guys. And I told you how to install that particular one. Go to anaconda.com. I told you to install ideal from python.org. So we have been downloaded this from the python.org actually, guys. Coming to the Anaconda distribution, I told you to download, which is going to be from, which is going to be the anaconda.com. From there, you can just download this particular Anaconda distribution. So directly the product name itself is Anaconda distribution actually, guys. It's an open source. It's a community edition, what we can call it as actually, guys. It is what we used to call it as a community edition. Community edition means which is going to be nothing but, which is going to be the Anaconda community is there. That community has been got released that just everywhere there is a community edition actually, guys, free, which is what we call it as and free and open source actually, guys. So Anaconda distribution, we are having the community edition. We have a professionals, we have a team related Anaconda. We can work with them. But for a free to use, you go for this particular Anaconda distribution. Once again, I'll just have a quick review. Hope all of you have been installed, guys. Hope all of you have been installed. So just install it actually, guys. I told you how to install. It's very easy. Very easily we can install it actually, guys. So these are the products we have it actually. Can you see very clearly, guys? It's an open source, which is repository. It is going to be, and toolkit is going to be there. Anaconda distribution. So it comes like a package actually, guys. Free distribution to install. Okay. Thousands of most fundamental data science AI ML packages. Manage packages and environment from the desktop application. Deploy across multiple hardwares and software platforms. We can do it. Just download it actually, guys. Just download it. It comes with a completely like a package. We'll get it actually, guys. So see, Jupyter Notebook is coming. Spider is coming. Okay, all that Python libraries which are going to be required, TensorFlow, PyTorch, okay, which is going to be the Dask, which is going to be some for deployment or something it will uses. SciPy for scientific Python. NumPy is basically for numerical Python. sklearn, which is basically used for machine learning. Pandas, okay, Matplotlib. All these are going to be some of the libraries, popular libraries we use actually, guys. Okay, so this is what I told you to install it actually, guys. It supports Windows. It supports the Mac, it supports the Linux also. Whatever the operating system you require, you can install it. I install on this, which one? But it is going to comes with Python 3.9 actually, guys. This Anaconda was developed on top of the Python, which is going to be Python 3.9. But whatever the latest version you are using Python is 3.11.2 we are using. But this Anaconda Python has been developed for Python 3.9. So no problem. It internally uses Python 3.9. It is going to be uses actually, guys. Okay. Okay. So this is going to be what the Anaconda Python has been got there, guys. Yes. Anyone, guys? Can you please respond? Anybody has installed the Anaconda Python yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Is it successfully installed?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
It is not supporting ideal, sir.
Which one?
I first installed Python ideal, sir. Python.com.
Okay. 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 Fine.
So I deleted that and I installed.
It's not required. It's not. It's independent. No. Are you getting any problem for that?
Yes, sir. It is not installing.
No. It's not related to that actually. My system is having, right? Which machine you are using? Windows only?
Windows only, sir.
Windows only, but you don't have any problem. Okay, let us. Okay, anyhow, you have been done it, no? Okay, no worries. You can work with them. What about the other one? Who said S? Who is somebody has also said S? Prashant, right? Somebody also said S. Anyone? One more? Anyone?
Yes.
Yeah. Yesterday you installed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any issue like that?
No.
No issue. We are able to work. Okay, fine. So it's actually there is, yeah.
Sir, I have a question. So I'm
Yeah.
looking at the uh, link and it's saying to there's a payment option. Maybe I'm not going to the right place. Can you please provide the link from where it has to be downloaded?
Which link?
The Anaconda.
Yeah, yeah. Just once again, are you right on? Are you on the system right now?
Yep,
Okay. So open anaconda.com.
right. And I
Okay.
went to products
Products
distribution,
distribution, right?
and then
Download.
it's yeah. So I tried to download. It's asking for sign up, and then it's asking for payment for some
Sign up.
reason.
Sign up is not required. Are you in Indian location only?
Yes, I'm also
No,
getting the same.
No.
But after that one exe is I'm able to download it.
Yeah, something you can see. You can just get some input. Kajal is also saying that. Anshu, are you in Indian time zone or any other time zone?
no, I'm in Central US time zone.
US. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, Kajal, you
I'm in Indian time zone only,
Indian
but
time
I
zone
was
only.
getting that sign up
Sign up.
payment issue.
Okay,
But yeah, but anyhow, I'm able to download that the exe file.
okay.
Now I'm
Oh,
trying
so
to install
just
it.
Yeah, it's
okay.
I
an.
So
think
you were able
it's
to
fast.
just
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can do
yeah, I
it. You
think
can do it. Yeah, you can do it. Just try it one more time. If you have any problem, I can just upload it to the drive and you can get it from the drive.
okay. So just
Good.
run the exe. I did not do that, so maybe I should do that.
You have to just, it is a downloading the software only. You have to run the software. It
Sure.
is just downloading.
I
It's
mean,
not
I was
installing.
just confused. Sure. I
Okay,
was
okay.
just confused because it was saying sign up too, so I was not
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just downloaded, right? It's downloaded, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
once you download it, just go to the folder and just double click
Right.
on that. It will install the
Sure.
software. Okay, fine.
Yep.
You just only
Thanks.
download it, but not install. Right. So fine, guys, if you have any issues, please let me know. I'm going to check out what is going to be the problem. But please be ready within 1 or 2 days. We are going to be, that means maximum within 1 or 2 days, we can manage it, guys, without having the Jupyter notebook. But after that, we cannot manage them. Why? Because we are going to write some kind of a multiple lines of code we are going to be writing. So where we have to require some better IDE than the ideal what we are going to be gets using it actually. Okay. So that's it. So we have been got installed, guys. So I already installed the Anaconda Python. So see, once if you install the Anaconda, you are going to be getting this option like this actually, guys. Anaconda 3, which is a 64-bit.
Hi, Vamsi.
There,
Sorry
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
interrupt.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Actually, I missed yesterday class
Mhm.
and that in shared link. No, in morning time the video is not. I'm not able to play that video. I don't know. In morning time only I'm facing this issue. Evening time I'm able to see the
No, no.
video.
It's an actually, I tell you the problem. Actually, it's a cloud storage actually. It's a cloud storage. So what will happen here is Zoom has to process the file actually to a compatible. They will upload the file. They will download, they will upload the file. But Zoom
Mhm.
has to process that particular file to the corresponding format, whatever that is going to be required. Nowadays, you see it, no, it's a too much unable to manage because too many after this pandemic has been came. So many people, there are lot of load on the particular the Zoom. So the Zoom is also facing the problem actually. So unless and until it unable to process, we cannot play the video. It will simply say that it is unsupported for file format or file cannot be played. That is the
Yes, yes,
problem
yeah.
what you are getting. It is a
Yes.
problem with the Zoom. Unless and until Zoom process that, it cannot be gets played actually.
So
So it
yesterday we discussed only the ID section.
there is an ID section only. Just I told you
Oh,
about like PyCharm, Spider, VS Code. Even I didn't take much time also. Up to 10 o'clock, I just ended the session just to make
okay,
you to install it. Yesterday is only the ID is only I have been taken.
okay, okay.
Okay, right. Right, guys. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead, guys. And which is going to be, we have been seen about the this one. So you have got Anaconda Python actually, guys. So once if you install Anaconda, you can see the different options. We have Anaconda prompt, Jupyter notebook, and we have also got a spider, and we have something called as an Anaconda navigator. So let me open the Anaconda navigator once, guys. Okay. Every day we don't use it. We don't use Anaconda navigator every day. But let me open the Anaconda Navigator. So it is like a package actually, guys. It's like a repository. So many tools will come. So many environments are going to come. So I'll show you. It will take a little bit time. Little bit time means not too much time. Just it may take some few seconds to few minutes. It will take it. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes. It will take it. 1 to 2 minutes. It will take it actually, guys. Just wait for us. Just small couple of minutes. So I'm opening the, which is going to be the Anaconda Navigator actually, guys. It is going to be some kind of a navigation. So you know what are meaning of navigation. From there, you can launch a different products. We can navigate to different environments. All that navigation is there. That's why what we call it as an Anaconda Navigator. See, so that is an the symbol. What it is going to be gets coming. It is loading. It is loading actually, guys. Initializing. You can see there. Initializing. It is saying that. Loading the applications, guys. Just I want to show you once how the Anaconda Navigator will be there. But every day we don't use it, guys, because it's taking a too much time for us. So we cannot just wait for that much time to open and load that particular the Anaconda Navigator. Right. It has been got loaded actually, guys. You can see it actually, guys. See, guys. See, a different, it's an Anaconda Navigator actually, guys. See, guys, which is going to be, we have a different types of whatever the tools or utilities, what we can say about that. So once again, have a look at this one, guys. You can see a Jupyter notebook is going to be there actually, guys. What is Jupyter notebook? I told you. A web-based interactive computing, which is going to be the notebook environment, and which is going to be edit and run, which is going to be human readable docs while describing the data analysis actually. So mostly we are going to be using the Jupyter notebook. You can launch from here, guys. It will launch us. When you click on that, it will launch us the Jupyter notebook in your system. Even the same thing, which is going to be what we can say a Jupyter lab is there, and which is going to be an extensible the environment for which is going to be interactive, and which is going to be for a reproductive computing, which is going to be based on the Jupyter notebook and architecture only. And I told you about something called as an PyCharm. You can see it actually, guys. A community edition is also there. We can launch the Spider. We have it actually, guys. Spider, I told you, we are going to be using for scientific computing. What we are going to use is scientific Python development. What we are going to be using. Okay. Even some kind of a Visual Studio Code is also there. Even there is a tool called as an GlueViz is going to be there. Mostly used for data visualization actually, guys. Some kind of a data, it's going to be what we call it as data lore. So online data analysis, which is going to be the tool, which is going to be smart coding, which is going to be assistance by JetBrains only, guys. Edit and run your Python notebook in that particular cloud, and which is going to be and share them with your whatever the team you want to learn it actually. So this is going to be data lore. So if you try to explore them actually, guys, which is going to be IBM Watson, which is going to be Studio Cloud is also there. That is also going to be users actually, guys. Analyzes and visualize the data to cleanse and which is going to be shape that particular data. For example, if you work for IBM, so IBM prefer to use their own products actually, guys. IBM prefer to use their own products only. So IBM Watson Studio Cloud is going to be there. So we can use this kind of a tool. So multiple options are there. But I suggest you guys, saying that don't limit your knowledge only to the Jupyter notebook. Some of the tools I recommend here is, guys, one is going to be GlueViz is one of the tool I recommend. Data lore is also going to be one of the tool which I'm going to recommend actually, guys. Just try to explore them. It's not going to be anything complicated. Anybody can learn it actually, guys. Anybody can learn it. Even these are the tools like Orange 3. Whatever that is related to our data analysis, wherever there is a data analysis is there, use the tool actually, guys. Can you see? It is going to be an online data analysis tool. It's a data lore. Data plus explore. Data plus explore, which is going to be data lore actually, guys. Okay. So it's going to be multi-dimensional data visualization across the files, exploring relation within among the related data sets actually. So you can use this also actually, guys. Jupyter notebook I recommend. Spider I can recommend. Even some kind of an orange also we can recommend, guys. It's a component based data mining framework, data visualization, data analysis for which is going to be noise. So noise is nothing but beginners actually, guys, isn't it? You know the term called as a noise, which is going to be novice and expert interactive workflow with a large toolbox actually. There is a lot of toolbox is going to be there actually, guys. So we can launch all these products. Even there are some other products are also there, like which is going to be, this is PyCharm community. This is a PyCharm community is there. This is going to be a PyCharm professional is also there, guys. So generally we don't use it. I told you know who will be users HTML, JavaScript, SQL, okay, web Python development, who is going to be users the web development, those users actually, guys. Even R Studio is also required for us. R Studio is basically for R language. Later we'll see in our later classes, we'll see with the R language also, we'll have a look into them, guys. Okay. So these are going to be the some of the options and some of the tools which we are going to be using, guys. See, guys, simply by working with the Anaconda Python, with the Anaconda Navigator, we have multiple tools are there actually, guys. They are not from Anaconda community, but they have been collected all the open source communities. The open sources only they will be collecting and they have been giving to you, because open sources are, we can distribute it actually. So we can launch it actually, though you don't know what is this particular glue is, but launch it. It is going to be launched, which is going to be the glue is going to be gets launched actually, guys. It will open another tool and another window will open. It will navigate to another window. It is going to be navigates actually, guys. Just a second, it is opening because we don't generally open it, no? So it is making some loading all the applications and all these things. It is loading actually. Okay, but anyhow, let's wait for a couple of minutes. It will load it. That particular glue is going to be gets loaded. So we clicked on the launch now, so it will launch it actually, guys. Same as it is, we can launch any kind of a products. Yes, it has been launched actually, guys. So see, which is going to be the Gloovis, which is going to be a data exploration tool actually, guys. Right now, you don't know what is data exploration, but whenever you want to, I told you know, it is a data which is going to be, it is an exploration actually, guys. It is doing some exploration of that particular data actually. So this is going to be the tool actually, guys. So with a lot of tools and lot of, right now you may not understand it, but over the time period, automatically you'll understand what is going to be the options, what we can see it actually, guys. So you can see it is asking whatever the data you want to drag and drop it actually. So whatever the data collections we have it. So I want to, just don't worry. Right now you are not aware about that actually, guys. But see, it is completely some kind of an GUI based. We are not writing any code. We are not writing anything actually, guys. So I'm going to be importing some kind of a data. I'm going to be importing it actually, guys. So what data I have been got imported. So it is going to be, so you can use that particular options, whatever you want to do it actually, guys. Okay. So observe carefully, guys, without writing any particular code, we have been got done with an application. I didn't done any coding actually, guys. I didn't done any coding. I have been gone. I didn't done anything coding actually, guys. Who is on the x-axis, who is on the y-axis, if you just specify, that is going to be sufficient. Itself is going to be goes for that kind of an implementation, what we can see. It's a kind of a tool based actually, guys. We are not going to be writing any particular code and we are not going to be doing it actually, guys. Just explore them and just we can see with the kind of an applications. Okay. So like that, we can just drag and drop whatever the options you require. You can just drag and drop that particular options. So see, all these are going to be the different types of the visualizations, what we are going to be using. A 1D histogram, a 2D, which is going to be a scatter, 3D scatter is going to be there. If I selected the 3D scatter, it is going to be creating some kind of a 3D view plot is going to be gets created. It is going to be. So something, it's a 3D view is getting created actually, guys. A kind of a 3D view of plot, what we can see with an application actually. So see how beautifully it is going to be. Okay. So just, I don't want to do the things. I have some options are there. We have didn't selected the option. So whatever is on the x-axis, whatever is on the y-axis, whatever is on the z-axis, we didn't specify that. Once if we specify that, then automatically we can select the required columns and all these things, what we can see. Just I'm selecting the columns. Don't worry about that. And we can see with an application actually, guys. So something we are going to be applying them and we are going to be doing that. So later we'll see that. Just I want to make you to explore the things, which is going to be a 3D view is what we are going to be seeing it actually, guys. Okay. So like that, we can use this kind of a GlueBis, but right now you cannot understand it. Later, whenever we know some ideas, once you got the ideas about some data explorations and all these things, we can work with this kind of a things, what we are going to be using them. Okay. Even we can also open the data lore. So which is going to be data plus explore. It is also from the same community where PyCharm was developed. It is, I told you now, guys, which is going to be yesterday. I told you about that, which is going to be JetBrains. JetBrains is a company actually, guys. So we are having the jetbrains.com. So go to the jetbrains.com. There we can find out a different products, what we can see this. So there are going to be some kind of which is going to be some kind of the different types of the tools, what we are going to be having it actually. So we can just see it has been developed that kind of products, what we have been developed. So check it out. You can see which is going to be nothing but it is a data lore. So it is going to be telling you like which is going to be the data lore related. It is going to be telling about the application actually, guys. Okay. So like that, we are going to be having. So what is the purpose of data lore actually, guys? So we can use smart Python, we can write Scala, we can write the R notebooks, we can write database connections, we can do on-premises installations, all these things we are going to be having. We also having a community edition is there, but it is going to be a trial period actually, guys. Database connectivity is only, it is going to be 30 days trial period. Sharing is only up to 3 editors only we can do. Something, there are going to be some kind of a limitations are there. All these things we are going to be having it. It's a free of cost. But for the other things we have to pay, which is going to be almost all $20 per month we have to pay it actually. So these are some kind of whatever that particular tools we are going to be having it actually. It's a team tool. You can see it actually, guys, data lore. So you can see a collaborative data science platform only. There are going to be applying it actually. So like that, you can just explore some tools in the coming days. You try to explore them actually, guys. Data lore, GlueBis, Orange, okay, Spider, all these we can explore it actually, guys. Visual Studio Code, I don't recommend it because it's a little bit complicated to work. Developers knows that how easily developer says that there is very easy, but for a data science people, VS Code is a little bit confusion only, guys. So I am launching the Jupyter notebook, guys. So see here, I am going to be clicking on the launch, which is going to be Jupyter notebook. So it is going to be a web-based actually, guys. I launched it. Observe carefully. I launched the Jupyter notebook actually, guys. You can launch anything. Everything you can launch it from the Anaconda navigator. You can just launch it actually, guys. It will launch the Anaconda, the Jupyter notebook, where it is going to open a web page. See, guys, it automatically opened, guys. I didn't open anything manually from my side. I didn't open anything manually from my side actually, guys. It has been opened like this automatically. This is going to be the one what we can see it actually, guys. So see, whatever the files we are going to be writing, all the day-to-day files, all of them are going to be available here actually, guys. Okay. So no worries. This is going to be what I am talking about the Jupyter notebook actually, guys. Okay. Now what I'm going to do actually, guys, let me close it. So I don't want to I don't want to launch it every day from here. There is a easy and a simplest way to open the Jupyter notebook, guys. Every day I don't use it. Generally, before your class, already I have another session, which is a data science class. Generally, I will open it. In the morning, I will open it generally, but sometimes maybe every day I don't open. Every day it is ready to use, it will be already open. So what I'm going to do actually, guys, can you see there is an Anaconda 3 is there. There we are having something called as an Jupyter notebook. Observe carefully, guys. Don't open the navigator and from there no need to launch it. Directly we can launch the Jupyter notebook, guys. So see, I just launched the Jupyter notebook. There is one small, it's going to be a small window will come like this actually, guys. Can you see? Here, you can see this actually, guys. Don't close this window actually, guys. We should not close this particular, the command line utility or whatever that particular command, the command line has been opened. You should not close it actually, guys. If you close it, guys, your Jupyter notebook does not work. So this has been launched to the Jupyter notebook, guys. Once have a look at the documentation once, what it is going to be saying it actually, guys. At 9:47:44 on Wednesday, loading the Jupyter Lab as a classic notebook extension Notebook directory has been moved from notebook to app service app, some configuration, and serving the notebooks from the local directory of from where it is serving, you can see it actually, guys. And Jupyter notebook is running at a port number of HTTP localhost 8888 it is going to be. To access your notebook, what you have to do is you have to use this particular path or copy and paste that particular following URL. You can just copy this and you can paste it here there. But automatically this will open. Don't close this window, guys. If you close it, your Jupyter notebook does not work actually, guys. Your Jupyter notebook does not work. Okay, I closed the window actually, guys. If I close the window, Jupyter notebook does not work. So see here. This is my Jupyter notebook homepage actually, guys. This is my Jupyter notebook homepage. So can you see one option here, guys? New, and there is going to be something called as an Python 3. Observe carefully, guys. It is not opening. It is not creating, guys. You can see an error has been occurred while we are going to be creating, which is going to be the new notebook. Hope you observe carefully, guys. Which is going to be, it is not working actually, guys. Why? Because where we can see I have stopped that particular whatever that particular the Jupyter notebook, the window has been opened. I have been closed it actually, guys. I have been closed it actually. So unless and until you don't open that, don't close it actually, guys. Once again. And even if you close it also, guys, the next time you may face some problem also. That's why don't close the window directly. I'll tell you how to close it clearly. So see, next time there is a chances is there. There may be some problem, may be there. Sometimes it may be, but not always. But sometimes there may be a problem also. Now see what I have to do, guys. New, and which is going to be Python 3, guys. Now see, guys, it is going to open, say, a new notebook. It is going to open actually, which we generally call it as, which is going to be what we are going to call it as a Jupyter notebook, what we are going to call it as. It is what we are going to call it as a Jupyter notebook actually, guys. This is the where we are going to be working with this particular, the one what we can see with an application, guys. And you can see, this is how we can see with an application actually. So have a look at that and we can see the information. But something different actually, guys. Your ideal and this is going to be slightly different, guys. Whatever the ideal we have been got used and whatever this particular Jupyter notebook we are using is going to be completely, there are going to be different actually, guys. They are not the same actually, right? They are not the same actually, guys. You can see it here. If you want, I'll open the ideal and I'll show you once. I can also open the ideal also actually, guys. Let me open the ideal. Let me open the ideal actually, guys. So the difference, there is a lot of differences there. Ideal is going to be just like a command line utility, just like a shell, a command shell, it is going to works. That's it. But here we can see some kind of a menu options. Here also we have it, but these are different actually, guys. Edit, view, we have an insert, we have something like an help, all these things we have. And here we can see something like a prompt, but here we don't see the prompt actually, guys. So no worries, slowly it will take some time, guys. It will take some time. Slowly you are going to learn some day by day, some kind of a new option or a new, we are going to be learn some kind of a new options and all these things. One by one, we'll have a look into them, guys. Okay. Now, the first thing what I'm going to do is, guys, if you observe carefully, there is going to be, if you want to start immediately to work with them, some basic knowledge is required actually, guys, some basic knowledge. If you can observe carefully, this in ideal, it is going to be a prompt actually, guys, right? In ideal, it is a prompt where we are going to write it. Here, this is not a prompt, this is a cell. This is what we are going to call it as a cell, what we are going to call it as actually, guys. It's a cell. Observe carefully, it is what we are going to call it as a cell, what we are going to call it as actually, guys. So this is what I'm going to call it as, which is going to be a code cell, what we are going to call it as actually, guys. It is called as a code cell, where we are going to write the code, whatever the code you want to write, you can write that particular code actually, guys. Write the code. Just like whatever the code you have been written up to now, anything like list, sets, dictionaries, whatever the code you have written. Like for example, S is equal to nothing but, let us say something like which is going to be hello world. I applied a kind of a string actually, guys. And say enter. Once you say enter, immediately it won't execute, guys. Immediately it won't execute, guys. It's not like a statement by statement. I said print S. it is not going to be gets executed, guys. I said enter, it's going to the next line. Whenever we work with the idle, it's not like that. Once you said enter, automatically it goes to the next line. When I say enter, automatically it goes to the next line. It will execute and goes to the next line. But here, when you said enter, it is only going to the next line, guys, but not executing. I want to know what is going to be type of the S. That means I just want to know what is the type of the S, whether it is an integer, whether it is a string, or whether it is a float. I want to just know about that. So see, but none of the statement has been got executed, guys. None of the statement has been got executed. So the string has been that it has been not printed anything. It has been not displayed anything about the what is the type of the S. Why? Because is if you want to execute this, guys, you have to press something called as N. Can you see at the top, guys? There is something called as N. The run button is there. You have to just click on that particular the run button actually, guys. Now the statement will be gets executed. Can you see? It has been printed the hello world, and it is also printing what is going to be the type of the S actually. And automatically it has been added a new cell below actually, guys. Like that, you can add up as many you can add up, and you can do that. A equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. Previously, we used to do everything step by step, but now you can do all at a time actually, guys. A dot, which is going to be append of, A dot append of, which is going to be 50. And we can say print the value of A actually, guys. Execute it. Click on the run button. So it will print A 10, 20, 30, 40. Then appended 50. 50 will be appended and print the value of A. So two lines will come. First line will contain 10, 20, 30, 40. And next line will contain 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So something like that, we can just run a particular, it's not a program actually, guys, but which is going to be some kind of a script we are going to be running. It's not like a program. So like a main program, like in C, Java, we don't write like that. We are going to be just running some piece of code. We are going to be running like a script we are going to be running. Right? Right, guys. So there is some shortcuts are going to be there. There are going to be some shortcuts are going to be there. So slowly you will understand the shortcuts actually, guys. You will be you have to be make a habit of using the shortcuts. Shortcuts are going to save your time. The main advantage is shortcuts are going to be saves your time actually, guys. Right? I'll tell you some few shortcuts which are basically as a beginner, which is going to be gets required for you. And after that, we can go ahead and we can work with them actually, guys. Okay. Now see, the first step I'm going to tell you here is, guys, okay, I want to remove this cell actually, guys. You can say cut the cell actually. Can you see? Cut the selected cells. I'm just cutting it off actually, guys. So I'm going to be cutting off the next cell also. This cell also, I want to cut it off. Okay. Slowly, guys, don't try to study the entire Jupyter notebook on the one day. Okay. Don't try to study, try to know about the Jupyter notebook, everything within one day. It's not required. As a beginner, whatever that is required, I'll slowly tell you. Remaining slowly, you can study one by one, guys. Okay. So this is the code actually, guys. I'm running the code. Normally, by clicking on the run button, you can run the code actually, guys. You can run the code. But observe carefully, guys. My pointer is there only. I'm not using the pointer at all, guys. My pointer is there only, but I'm executing the code actually, guys. Have it executed and check it out actually, guys. Have a look and execute it actually, guys. Otherwise, I'll do one thing. I'm going to be saying that, which is going to be hello world Python. Observe carefully, guys, what I am going to be doing it actually, guys. Hello world Python, it has been got executed and we have got a new cell below. Again, execute it actually, guys. But observe carefully, I'm not using the mouse at all. My mouse is here only, guys. You can see the mouse is going to be here only, guys. The mouse has been not changed. The mouse is there only, and I'm going to be executing, guys. Just a second. I'm executing, guys. One more time, it is executed, guys. You don't see any change in the output, but after execution, you can see is, guys, left-hand side, you can see some number is changing actually. 6, executed 7, one more time executed 8, one more time executed 9. Sorry, guys, just a second. One more time, it is going to be 9. Every time you run, it is executing. But one thing you can find it actually, guys. One cell is going to be adding below. Every time you run, the cell is adding below. Cut it them. Cut all these extra cells actually, guys. Now I'm going to be executing, guys. But without adding any new cell, it is executing, guys. Can you observe carefully? It is executing, guys. If you see, the screen is getting flickering. And even you can see on the left-hand side, there is a number is changing also actually, guys. It is going to be 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Every time you run, it has been the same statement executed for 25 times executed, guys. Can you see this? I'm executing, but what is the key I'm pressing? You can't see it because if it is an offline class, I used to show you. This is an online class now. I'll tell you which key I'm going to be using it actually, guys. Observe carefully. There are multiple options are there actually, guys. Most commonly, I'm going to be using actually, guys. Most commonly, I'm going to be using is going to be nothing but control plus click actually, guys. I'm telling some shortcuts actually, guys. Have a look at the shortcut keys actually. It is going to be the shortcut keys actually, guys. The shortcut keys. So the first shortcut key I'm going to be telling you guys, which is going to be control. Hold the control key. Along with that, you say enter actually, guys. What it is going to do, it is going to run. Better to say run. It's not executing, guys. Generally executing a program, running a script. Generally, the terminology, both of them are same only, guys, but generally execute is a term which generally we are going to be used for a particular program, run a script. So run is going to be used for script running actually, guys. So this is going to be run the whatever the script that is going to be available in the cell. Whatever the cell is there, in that cell, whatever that particular script is going to be there, run the script in the cell actually, guys. Whatever the selected cell is there. Whatever the cell you selected, that selected cell is going to be executed. But if observe carefully, control plus enter is the best option, guys. Why? Because whenever I said control plus enter, if you want, you can check it, guys. I'm holding the control key. Don't leave it. Hold the control key and say enter. It will be gets executed, guys. It will be gets executing. You can see there. But there is no new cell is not adding up actually, guys. There is no new cell is getting adding up. Okay. So there are another two more options are there actually, guys. One is going to be we are having shift plus enter is there. There is going to be shift plus enter is going to be there. And there is going to be an option called as an alt plus enter is also there actually, guys. What is the difference between shift plus enter and alt plus enter? See, guys, control enter, shift enter, alt enter. See the difference actually, guys. You can find the difference. Alt enter. You can find a clear difference. You can find it actually, guys. Once again, I'm executing. Alt enter. You can find a difference actually, guys. Do you find, guys, any difference is there? Whenever now I'm pressing alt enter key, guys. So can you find out, guys, what is happening? Anyone? What is alt enter is doing actually, guys?
One extra cell is getting
Yes. So what it is doing here is alt enter is going to be running the script. It will run the script. Yes, it is going to be run the script in the cell. And then what it is going to be adding here is, and after that, what it is doing is, guys, it is adding a new cell below. It is adding a new cell below. Hope you understand, guys. Control enter will only run the script, but it won't add any cell below. If you want, you can check it out. Once again, I'm doing is actually, guys, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, and then execute, guys. I'm using control plus enter, guys. How many times I'm executing? I executed for 76 times, guys. I executed the 79th, 80th, 100. Today I have been executed the same cell for 100 times I executed, guys. So total I executed 100 cells I executed, guys. But I'm using which is going to be alt enter. If observe carefully, guys, again, if I execute it, again, it is adding a new cell. Again, it is adding a new cell. Again, it is adding a new cell. Okay. Now, can you find another difference actually, guys? Shift plus enter. Observe carefully, guys. Shift plus enter. Again, I'm doing shift plus enter. Again, I'm doing shift plus enter. Can you find any difference, guys? What is shift plus enter is doing? Observe once again. This is a cell, guys. Shift plus enter. What it is doing, guys?
Only one cell is created.
No.
Even after multiple times.
No. It's not one cell. Actually speaking, see, whenever it is going to be, so observe the difference actually. I'm cutting the cell. Sorry, I just cut the cell. Okay, no worries. Print, which is going to be, I said, which is going to be hello world. Now, whenever I said control enter, how many times you run it, it does not add any new cell. But whenever I use the shift plus enter, observe carefully, shift plus enter, what is shift plus enter will do is it will execute the same syntax, run the script in the cell. This is common. And what it is going to do is and move to the next cell. It has to move to the next cell. If next cell is not there, if it is existing, if next cell exists, it will go to the next cell. Else what it is going to do is, else it is going to create a new cell. That means whenever there is a next cell is there, it will go to the next cell. If it is not there, it will create a new one. But alt enter is not like that. Whether it is already there or not there, it is always adding a new cell. Observe carefully. First time, can you tell me, guys? I'm using shift plus enter. What is shift plus enter will do? It should execute and goes to the next cell. Next cell is not there. If next cell is not there, what it is going to do, guys? It is going to
Add one more.
It will add one more. It will add one more. Next, again, I'm executing shift plus enter only, guys. Now tell me what it is going to do now. Will it execute and add a new cell or go to the next cell only?
Will go to the next cell.
It will just go to the next cell. See how many times you execute, it is just navigating. You can see it, guys. Currently, when you selected this cell, currently the pointer is on this cell actually, guys. You can see that the cell is highlighted with a green color border, all these things. If I select this, this will be selected. You can see it, guys. Currently, you have selected which cell. Whatever the selected cell is there, you can see there is going to be a left-hand side. On the left-hand side, you can see a green color border is going to be gets coming actually, guys. Can you see? So currently, I was in the first cell. I set shift plus enter, it will goes to the next cell. It went to the next cell. Don't get confused. Sir, why it is blue color? I'll tell you. What is blue color? What is green color? You observed or not? Slightly changing actually, guys. Now it is in green color. Now it is in blue color. Now it is in green color. Now it is in blue color. Actually, I'm doing something from the keyboard actually, guys. I'll tell you what is the difference is there. Okay. Now, once again, execute, guys. Shift plus enter. It is going to the next cell. But what is control enter? What is control enter will do? Sorry, what is alt enter will do is, guys. Okay, same procedure. Whenever there is no new cell is there, it will go to the next cell. It will go to the next cell. But whenever you again execute alt enter, next cell is there or not there, it does not matter. It always adds a new cell. See, every time I press alt enter, there is going to be a new cell is getting created actually, guys. So alt enter will always adds a new cell below. Whereas whenever we go for the shift plus enter, it will just go to the next cell only, guys. Just see, shift plus enter, we went to the second cell. Again, if I said shift plus enter, it goes to the third cell. Again, if you said shift plus enter, it goes to the next cell. But the cell count is not increasing actually, guys. The cell count is not increasing. But whenever I use alt enter, then it is going to go to the next cell. Every time you run, the cell count is increasing, guys. See, it keep on going actually, guys. It does not goes to the last cell. You cannot go to the last cell actually, guys. I want to go to the last cell. Alt enter. Every time you run, it is adding a new cell. So we are unable to reach the last cell actually, guys. But if I use shift enter, I can reach the last cell. Now you see shift enter, shift enter, shift enter, shift enter, shift enter, shift enter, shift enter. Now we are in the last. Now we are in the last. But if I use control enter actually, guys, your pointer will be there only. I'm using control plus enter actually, guys. Just if you want, I'll just write x is equivalent to 10. Just any value. Z equal to 10. Control enter. I was going to be the pointer remains at the same cell only. It will remains actually, guys. But whenever I use shift plus enter, it is going to the next cell. It is not adding a new cell. Whenever there is no further cells are there, then it will add it actually, guys. But alt enter is not like that. Every time you run, it is going to be adding a new cell actually, guys. Like that, you can just go for that. That's why I'm said that now, guys. Don't worry about that. Within.
Sir, once you press Z, sir, Z.
I'll show you. Which one?
Z. You once open control enter, then Z.
Control enter. Okay, I'm executing control enter. Okay, I executed it. Control enter is going to be there in the same line only, no?
Then in the next cell, sir, empty cell.
Okay, in the empty cell, I went to the next cell.
And then press Z.
Okay.
For me, it is opening new cell, sir.
It is opening new cell means there is a difference is there. This is right.
Yes, sir, like that.
Isn't it? It's when you pressing the Z, it is going to be. That's why I said no. There is a green color, there is a blue color line will be there. Can you see this? You are in the blue color line, right? You are
Yes,
in
sir.
blue, you are in the blue color line. That's when you in the blue color line, when you type the Z, it is going to be a command mode. It is in command mode actually. It will perform some operation. Just click on the cell, it has to change it to green color, or even you can say enter also, we can say that. Once you say enter, then it changes to green color, then you type the Z, it is going to be do that.
Yes, yes.
So multiple options are there. That's the reason I'm saying that there are too many options are there. If you want to know the options, go to the help command, and there's something called as a keyboard shortcuts are there. So there are two modes are there. One is a command mode will be there. One is going to be the edit mode will be there. So you are currently here now. What is Z stands for? You can see here now. What is going to be the Z stands for? It is going to be something actually. It is undo the select. It is not adding it actually. Z stands for undo the cell deletion. Whatever the cell you deleted, it is undoing the option actually. It is not adding a new cell actually. If you want to add a new cell, generally I will use an option called as in B. B is going to be adding a new cell like this.
Plus also adds new cell, no, sir?
Once again, plus.
Plus.
Oh, there may be, I don't know. I was not sure about that because plus is increasing the font size. You can see, I think.
No, sir. By mistake, if I cut the cell, it was beside. No, I pressed it and it was added the one new cell.
Maybe there is a chances there, but I was not sure about that because there are so many shortcuts are going to be there. So keyboard shortcuts are going to be there.
Besides the cut option, there is a plus, you see, sir.
Plus, okay. X is going to be delete option is there. If you said X is going to delete it actually. Where is that?
No, sir. Beside the cut option only. Below the edit.
No. You're asking about in the shortcut keys.
No, sir. Sir, beside the scissor, it is going to add one new cell.
Yeah, this is a new cell. Okay, you are asking about this plus cell. Yeah, this plus cell is going to be the option. This is a button actually. I'm talking about a shortcut key. I'm talking about that. That means from the keyboard, if you press the plus, if I use the keyboard plus that is a add. This is obviously this is add. This is going to be cut. This is move down. This is move up or move down. This is move up. These are the options what we have it actually. But they are the buttons. I'm talking about the shortcut keys. What I'm talking about that. Okay. So that is going to be the one which we are going to be using this particular option actually. So this is the one what we can see slowly. This is a plus key. Generally, we don't use them actually, guys. Generally, what we will do is generally, if you want to add a new cell, you can add it, cut the cell, we can do that. But apart from that, there is a shortcut keys we are going to be there. So A means above, B means below, like this, we are having it. So don't worry about that. Slowly, you will understand it, guys. 1 or 2 days, a little bit confusion will be there. But let me tell you, one of the base problem actually, guys, one of the major mistake, what the beginners are going to face is actually. So there are different types of cells are there actually, guys. This is, as I told you, this is called as a code cell. This is what we call it as code cell. You can see it actually, guys. Can you see here? There is a drop down option is there where we can see code, markdown, heading, raw notebook convert is there. So we are having the code block. Whenever we are in the code block, it will execute, guys. But what is the problem comes actually, guys? For beginners, what will happen here is, there are, as I told you, there are some shortcut keys will be there, guys. Let us say that, observe carefully. I'm not doing anything intentionally. I'm not changing it actually. Generally, you don't change it intentionally from here. But due to some shortcut keys, what happened here is, guys, let us say that you observe carefully, guys. I didn't click anything from here. Once again, I'm showing you. My mouse was here only, guys. See my mouse is here only. But I have been pressed some shortcut key. You didn't observe what happened, guys. If you can see, it has been changed to markdown. It has been changed to markdown. It has been got changed actually, guys. Okay. So being it has been changed to the markdown. Now what is going to happen here is, beginners, they don't find it off saying that it has been changed to markdown. And they will keep on executing the statement. Control enter. If observe carefully, it is not executing, guys. It is not executing, guys. Control enter. Even if I run this also, it is not executing this line. How many times you run it also, it won't execute. You're not getting any output like a hello world. So what is the problem here is, it has been changed to a markdown document. It has been changed. So make sure that you always should be there in the code block. Then only the code will execute, guys. And one more thing to identify whether it is a code block or not. On the left hand side, we can see something like there is an input and a square brackets will be like this. There is an input and a square bracket like this. For example, if I change it to header also, guys, it is going to be something like we are giving an header actually, guys. Then also this code will not be executed. How many times you run this code, this line, this cell is not going to be gets executed. Or even if it is something, change it to something, something as a marked document or a this one, then also the code is not going to be gets executed, guys. How many times you run it, the code won't execute it. So one of the major mistake most of the beginners will do is once 1 or 2 days, 1 or 2 times, if you understand it actually, guys, it's executing, but there is an hash is placed, no, guys, it became a comment. That is the reason why it is not executing. So now you see the statement is getting executed. So don't try to understand all the things at a time, guys. Slowly I will explain you step by step, step by step. So for today, only thing you have to practice is, guys, how to open a Jupyter notebook and how to write the statement and how to run the code. Control Enter. But don't by heart all the things, guys. Control Enter, Shift Enter, and which is going to be Alt Enter. So Alt Enter, next time it will always, it is adding a new cell. Shift plus Enter. If the next cell is there, it will goes to the next cell and it will goes to the next cell. It is not adding any new cells actually till it goes to the last cell. But Control Enter won't do it actually. How many times you executed? I executed today 165 statements I executed, guys. Control Enter, Control Enter, Control Enter, Control Enter. 200 times you executed, guys. 200 times I have been executed, guys. 199. This is going to be 200th. Like that, we can just understand this kind of an applications. So this is what exactly we are going to be talking about that. Okay. So that is an idea about that. And this is how we are going to be working with them. Okay. So that is one thing, and make sure that always we are in the code block. Whenever it is not executing, don't think that there is something wrong in the statement. There is not something, so I'm executing the statement, the code is not getting executed. Is there any problem in my code? It's not the problem in your code. The problem is your cell type. Cell type should be changed to code actually, guys. Okay. One is a Control Enter, one is going to be execute. And whenever we want to add it, guys, you can just as of now, you can use these cells actually, guys. Add up the new cells, whatever the cells you want to do that. So from today onwards, not from today, from tomorrow onwards, you will be getting this particular codes. Whatever I have written the code, I'm going to share it, guys. How I'm going to share you? I'm going to share you with a notepad like this actually, guys. 15/03/2023, which is 9 a.m. I will name the file like this actually, guys. Next time I want to open the file. So see, up to yesterday we have been done, guys, right? Yesterday also, up to yesterday we worked with the idle. But in idle, every day I'm not saving anywhere. Actually, I saved it actually, guys. I saved it. Okay, I saved it and I can give you as a .py file. But it is not like that actually, guys. What is your yesterday's file? You can come here and you can open the file. For example, tomorrow if you want to open the file, see, these are going to be the 14/03, 9:30 p.m., 8 p.m., whatever we have been done yesterday in the 8 p.m. class. So this is the 8 p.m. class, what we have been got done actually, guys. So yesterday we done some scripting. So see, everything we are writing like a cell by cell, code by code only, we are going to be writing actually. So before 8 p.m. what we have been done. So which is going to be the 9th of that. So this is going to be on the 9th what I have been got done. So this is going to be the examples what we can see. Some examples. Don't worry about that. All these things we'll see. But you see, I'm writing the code, everything like a line by line only. We are going to write it. Sometimes only one line of code only we'll write. Sometimes like a multiple statements we'll write. Sometimes we are going to write a script, which is going to be the script what we can say, a data visualization. These are all data visualizations actually, guys. Something like that. So you are also going to learn all these particular applications. So today morning at 7:30 a.m. what we are discussing. We are discussing about a data visualization concepts, what currently we are discussing about that. So how to get this particular marker, the bars, how to set the colors. A single line of code only, guys. I didn't written anything, just a small lines of code. We are going to be writing like this actually. Okay. So what you guys has to do for today's class, guys, just install that Anaconda Python, launch the Jupyter notebook and try to open a new file, guys. Try to open a new file and just try to run some small scripts. Whatever you already written in the idle, write the same scripts, guys. You can practice all the examples here also. And then what you try to do is add a new cell, cut the existing cell, okay, And apart from that, moving up and down, you can move an up and down. Run button, we can do that. And all these things we have to practice it, guys. Okay. So that is going to be just for the practice for today's class. So tomorrow, once you start working, automatically new shortcuts I'm going to tell you actually, guys. Once you start working, once you started working on that, automatically you will getting some requirements, and automatically we can start working with the, which is going to be the new cells and the new shortcut keys and all these things. You will be getting automatically once you start working with an application actually, guys. Okay. So that is going to be all about how we are going to be gets working with them. So that's it for the today's class, guys. So we'll just stop it for today and we'll continue in the tomorrow's class, guys. Right? Anyone, guys? Any questions? Right, guys? So just for today, I'll stop it here, guys, and we'll continue in the tomorrow session, guys. Right? Fine, all of you guys? Okay, so practice for today, guys. We'll continue in the tomorrow session. Thank you, all of you guys.